There are so many memories from Malaysia that I recollect even today. It's been 25 years, and then some of these things are evergreen. It was in 1993 or 94 I went to Malaysia. The very first day when I went there, it was early in the morning. There was a friend called Raju who picked me up. Then he took me to a place called Damansara Jaya, and the company had given us a home to stay. I was all alone because Kavita didn't have a passport yet. So I looked at the house. It's a really big house. There were two halls, two kitchens, four bedrooms, and there was all sorts of things. There was a backyard, which probably I never went there. So it's huge. It's like a palatial kind of house for where I was coming from. I come from a middle class family. So I looked at all the house and I asked Raju, how do I get to the office? Should I take a cab? He said, no, 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 cab is not required. You can just, I'll give you some directions. And he gave me some directions. It seemed okay, it's like 15-minute walk. And I thought, I got it. And next day morning, I picked up the sheet of paper, locked the doors of my home. And then while walking towards the office, I made a note of the street we were in, just so that I need to ask people, how do I get back here? Somehow I managed to get to the office, and people were very, very friendly. I was in a place called Damansara Jaya, and the office was in a place called Damansara Uttama, which is right next to each other, right? So, at the end of the day, I forgot where that seat was, so I didn't know where my home was. But I think I was able to, I thought I will be able to figure it out because whatever place I had written the street address, it was still with me in my book. So I asked somebody, so how do I get to the company provided sort of guest house? So there are 22 of them. We have got 22 of them. Which one are you going to? I said, oh, the one in Jalan Sehala. And everybody started laughing. I said, are you sure? One person asked. I said, yeah, yeah, very sure. I looked at the book and said, it is Jalan Sehala. I'm very sure. So, and again, he started laughing, and people just came around me, and everybody is asking, are you in Jalan Sehala? I said, yes, I am in Jalan Sehala. And they couldn't stop laughing. I became like a joke of the town. And finally, I realized that what Jalan Sehala means, one-way street. And I had royally written down my street address as one-way street. It was super funny. There was things that outside of that, being a vegetarian is not very easy in Malaysia. And in KL, I was able to manage, but when I used to go to interior locations where our company had offices there, and I would ask someone, is this vegetarian? And I don't know what he understood. He said, yes, 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 it's vegetarian. And I asked him, does it have meat in it? He said, yeah, 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 it has meat in it. So I really don't know whether it was vegetarian or non-vegetarian. I've been vegetarian since birth, but I cannot promise that I have not eaten non-vegetarian in Malaysia. I was so hungry. I just wanted to survive, but I hope I have not eaten any exotic things or anything like that. So as soon as I got in, we also enrolled in some courses at Oracle Corporation. So we used to go to KL, myself and at least one or two people from my staff. We used to go to KL, and it was very interesting what was happening. So whatever they were teaching was reasonably easy. I was just in the first row, and it so happened that the teacher would ask me, not just me, the whole class, did you get it? And I would say yes, and he would look at me and he would say, no problem, I'll explain it again. And he would go through the same thing again and again. And during the first break, one person came and put his hand on the shoulders and said, don't worry, I know it seems hard, but you will get it. Don't worry about it. I said, what are you talking about? This is so easy. I'm just wondering why is he repeating all these things again and again. And he said, because you are saying no whenever he asks, did you get it? And you are the only person who says no, and all of us are saying yes. Then I realized that my typical Indian way of saying yes, like this, meant a no, which it should be. And so right after that break, I was really very conscious because I didn't want him to repeat the same thing again. Whenever he asked, "Did you get it?" I would say yes, and it was so funny. And I was super careful. And being an Indian, it's not easy to say yes like this. We always say yes like this, and it was something I became conscious. Not that I remember it now, but at that time I became super conscious of it. There was also this time when one of our friend Somu, he came to our home, and he wanted to go to Kuala Lumpur, KL. And I asked him whether I can take him there. He said, no, 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 just tell me where I will get the cab and I will go there. And I told him, go to 7-Eleven. It was just a block away. And almost pretty much any cab will take you there. 2 hours later, he came back and I asked him, so you came back so fast from KL? He said, no, no, I couldn't get a cab to KL. I said, what do you mean? He said, no, everybody goes to Mana. And I didn't know whether to laugh or to cry, and this is what happened. So, whenever a cab was approaching him, someone would stop the cab, and he would open the back door, and the cab driver would say "Mana," which means where in KL, where in Malay, and he would say, "No, I want to go to KL," and he would slam the door back, probably confusing the hell out of the driver. And he must have done this for like 15 cabs in the last 2 hours, and we had a hearty laugh there. The last incident I remember is when Kavita and I used to go to night market, which is Pasar Malam, which is night market, night or whatever. Sometimes it's reverse. I don't know what it is. It just means night market. And we were very young. I got married when I was 23. Kavita was 19. So we were like college students. And people would look at us and they try to figure us out. Who are these people, brother, sister, or they don't look same. And so with our broken Malay, we would try to have some conversation. And one of them asked something about our life or something. So I must have told something in broken Malay. And he asked me, Anna, and there was a question mark on his face. Anna means Anna, which is in Kannada, it means brother. And I said, yeah, I have one. I told him one. He said, oh, where? He asked. So I said, oh, Anna is in Bangalore. I said, somehow, I think he asked me, what does he do? I said, he is a painter. He's an artist. He paints. And that time, again, just like before, people came around us and they started asking. The guy was trying to explain to them that my brother is a painter in Bangalore, and some of them would put their hand on their mouth and say, "Wow." Then I realized why they were so shocked. Anam in Malay means child. He was asking me whether we had a child, and he thought I was telling that our child is in Bangalore and he's a painter. Obviously, looking at us, there was no chance that that could happen. So, these were some of the things that there are a lot more, but these are some of the things that come to my mind when I think of Malaysia.